Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, it is our last day in Miami. We are supposed to fly out tonight at 7:30, and we are laying on the beach, and it is beautiful. Look at the sky. Very few clouds in the sky. No, you're not getting a full body shot of me. But we're having a great day. Alex just ordered some chips and salsa and guac. And I've been drinking Diet Pepsis by the beach. It's just been a really nice day. And it's about 1:15. And we just heard somebody say that their flight to Chicago is canceled. So we're like wondering if our flight is gonna get canceled tonight. So since I never vlog out and about, I thought I would vlog here. You can kind of see, this is the Fontainebleau behind me. And if you saw the movie Goldfinger, that's where it was filmed over there. And it's beautiful here today. So, can I turn this around? I don't think I can turn this around while I'm filming it. But anyway, so we're like, Alex and I, as soon as we heard them say that their flight to Chicago was canceled, we looked at each other and I go, look it up. I was like, if it's canceled, we're staying for another day. We're gonna just get a room here, it'll be real nice. But I said, you know what's gonna happen to us is we'll get to the airport and then they'll cancel our flight. So anyway, we're kind of waiting to find out and see. And I'm gonna do some footage of the beach so you guys can see how pretty the beach is here. All the little birdies. It's such a pretty day outside. The beach. So pretty today. I'm gonna go put my phone up so I can lay down for a little bit. So it's the end of our day. It's like 4:15. Alex went to go get our stuff because he didn't want to go swimming in the pool. And I went swimming in the pool over there. And now I'm just kind of hanging out waiting for him to, he'll probably walk up behind me now that I'm saying that. I'm waiting for him to come back. We ate on the beach. I got a kids meal, a grilled cheese kids meal. And Alex got chicken fingers. And I'm gonna sit in this little booth right here and feel real bougie. And isn't the hotel behind me beautiful though? I mean, it's beautiful. And the weather today was perfection. It was like 82, 83 the entire day. I think I got a little bit of sun carrying me through I always look over here when I'm doing the video instead of I think I'm supposed to look straight ahead or over there. I don't know. So anyway, but I wanted to film a little bit throughout the day, and this is what the resort looks like. And it's just really pretty, and it's kind of dead. There's not like a whole lot going on down here in the pool anymore. It was packed earlier, but trying to let my bathing suit dry out. And then I have shorts. This is what I have laid out to wear back. I have shorts and a long t-shirt and my sandals, which I think I'm gonna change when I get to the airport in Indianapolis and put my shoes on, because my good Judy, Valerie, just texted me and said it's snowing, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm kind of like, oh my God, it's snowing in Indianapolis. So basically, that means it's Christmas. So anyway, all right, well, I will probably maybe vlog a little bit from the airport or anything. I don't know, I'm just gonna show you guys some of this around here for a second just so you can see. Okay, bye. Just wanted to get a little bit better of the video view so you can see. It's so pretty. The hotel, this is like the old hotel that was in the Goldfinger movie. And then, as you can see, these are the chairs I was talking about last night. There's tons and tons and tons of chairs over here. And that was the building that we stayed in. And there's another building. And then there was the restaurant that we ate up there last night. We met those women. So it's just really nice. It's beautiful. I would highly recommend the Fontainebleau. I think it's fantastic. We're at the airport. I'm basically a flight attendant. Don't even question, I'm basically a flight attendant.
What makes you a flight attendant?
Because I can push my cart like that, see? We're here 2.5 hours early. And I think I have 9 or 10% left on my phone. And how much do you have?
I have a charger.
Oh, you have a charger? Well, I have a charger too, but we're gonna try to get to our gate, which is very far away. So anyway, just to take you guys on a little adventure with us today. And I will be back later. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
So since we're at the airport, we have 5:36, an hour and a half until we board. I'm gonna walk around here in a second. I'm gonna get some treats for a movie to watch, but I thought I would try to find some place to vlog where I could just sit and maybe there wouldn't be a lot of people, but it seems like everywhere I go, now there's people over there. It seems like everywhere I go, there's people. We're like sitting in like the perfect place. We have this like whole desk area with these chargers. It's like the perfect place to sit. Oh, maybe this is good in here. Let me see if people are sitting in here or not. I don't want to just like sit on the ground. There really isn't anywhere for me to vlog. Oh, I thought, well, I could just vlog at the airport, and then when it's time for us to, when I get home, then I can go to bed. But I can go out and vlog for a little bit too. We're actually, I'm gonna go over here. We're actually leaving from a different gate than we left from before. Is there a place to sit down over here? So, okay. What a day it has been. We had such a great last day today. And we were like fingers crossed. Because I'll tell you about the beach in a second, but we were at the beach. And we were like fingers crossed. Oh, we heard this guy walk by and he goes, well, I'm supposed to fly back to Chicago today, but they just canceled my flight. And Alex and I both like looked at each other. Did I say this earlier when I was vlogging on my phone?
Final boarding call for all passengers for flights to LaGuardia, flight number 2768, here at gate number D51.
They're going to New York and it is like snowing like crazy. It's crazy. It's snowing like crazy in New York.
All passengers at this time, if you are confirmed to LaGuardia, please go immediately. This is the final call.
So anyway, so this guy on the beach was like talking to somebody else, and he was like, oh, like all of, he was like, my flight just got canceled to Chicago, which apparently is like a lot worse than us, but we're only 3 hours south of Chicago, and not even that far, like to O'Hare, 2.5 hours. So then like all of our friends' family started texting us and was like, it's starting to snow pretty bad in Indianapolis, of which I have on. Can we just talk about that for a second? So anyway, so I looked at Alex and Alex goes, so what would you do if our flight got canceled? He always what ifs me on this stuff. And I said, oh, I would be in 7th heaven. And he goes, well, what would you want to do? Would you want to stay here for another night? We just go get like a cheap hotel somewhere. I said, oh, no. I said, I have wanted to stay at that hotel, the one, forever, but it's too expensive for us to book a couple nights in a row. This would be the perfect time because I know if I got on there to book one night and it's this late in the day, I said we could get some great rate on it. So this would be the perfect time for me to, we could go over there, we could have dinner there, we could do a late night swim, be a little romantical up in the hotel. It could be perfect, okay? Like this would be perfect. And then tomorrow we would fly back, and he was like, yeah, and neither one of us, it's like have so much stuff to do tomorrow that we can't, you know, avoid it for a day. But our flight is on time, it didn't get canceled, so. The sun's setting over there, it's so pretty, it's like pink. But in my dad used to say, red in the morning, sailors take warning, red at night, sailors delight. It's really pretty over there. I shouldn't have to hold this like this, but there's not really anywhere for me to put it. So if I do that, you can't see me. So we got up today and really quick. Well, we had already packed all of our stuff last night. So we just got like our backpack together and all that kind of stuff. Our backpacks together, and then Alex like filled our water bottles, because he got us like these swell water bottles when he went to CVS the other night, so we could take us to the beach with us. And then we checked out, and then we took our bags downstairs because they were going to hold them for us until we checked out so we could like change. And so we did that, and then we took our bags over there and they held them, and then we went to the beach. And it really wasn't that crowded on the beach or the pool today. I mean, it's a Monday, I guess, but I was telling Alex, like, the beach is so beautiful, and the food and drinks down there are cheap. I was like, I would totally, like, and I got a kid's meal today. I got a grilled cheese, and he got chicken fingers and fries. And I got fries, too, with my grilled cheese. But I was like, if I lived down here, like, I would totally check in here for a night just to be able to use, like, the pool and the beach and stuff. And then, so I could use like the pool and the beach and whatever, and then just like order food and like have the room for the night and be able to use, like, because you could use the pool and the beach. If you checked in on like a Friday night, you could use the pool and the beach. Well, if you check in on like a Saturday, you could use it like Saturday, check out Sunday, and then still use the pool and the beach all day long. So anyway, we were out there all day long. It was so nice. The water in the ocean was a little cold today, but we got in it and we swam, and the waves were really, really high, and we were like body surfing the waves, which was really fun. And they're like noticing that I'm vlogging. They're like, he's wanting to move, but he's like dude, my camera's the other way. Anyway, it's so weird that they have payphones here. Does anybody use payphones anymore? So anyway, oh, they're moving now, so this is gonna be real uncomfortable. They're like seriously like staring right at me now while I'm vlogging. They moved from one side to the other, and now they're just like looking right at me. Anyway, I don't care. Look away. If I'm gonna be a vlogger, I have to vlog in public, right? So we just out on the beach and we body surfed, and it was so nice. It was like 82 the whole time. There were hardly any clouds in the sky. It was just absolutely beautiful. And we got out there at about 11:30, 11:15 or 11:30, and we stayed out there till like quarter till 4. And then I wanted to swim in the pool for a little bit, and so Alex went and got our bags, or he got the stuff that we were going to change into, because we had it in these plastic bags. And then I swam in the pool for a little bit, and then he came over and we just kind of sat there and talked, because we were like done early, like it was really early. So we just kind of sat there and talked, and talked about the next time that we want to come down here. We're like, let's just book it. When we get home, let's just book another trip to come back down here, because we love it so much. So, so we're gonna do that when we get home, and so we just have like another trip planned. The thing was about this weekend, it was like we got down here Friday morning, and if he didn't have to do the thing on Sunday and it hadn't rained, like this would have been the perfect trip. But like it felt like 3 days. I mean, it felt long. Like it felt like 3 days was perfect for us. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, fly back Monday. Yeah, 3 nights was like perfect. And I said, you know, we could start doing all these like little trips, like from, you know, not all the time, but like a weekend here, a weekend there, and then we don't have to be away from the dogs that long, you know? Because I can take them, you know, over like Thursday night and pick them up Tuesday. And so it's like, you know, they're only there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, well, 5 nights. If they're with Tanya, it's not like, you know. So we could do that like once every 6 weeks or something and have something to look forward to. So then we changed and we came to the airport, and now we're here. And we're here like an hour and a half early. And my phone is charging because it was on, like, I think I had, on the way here I had like 11%. And then I was uploading pictures to Instagram, so then I had 10%. And I probably, oh, I had 7% when I charged and plugged it in. And so we have like this whole desk. I'll show you when I go back, that we're like, Alex is like sitting at charging. He's like, I'm just gonna sit here and edit pictures, because he loves to do like Photoshop and stuff like that. And I said, okay. So he's doing all of that, and yeah, it's been such a great trip. It's been so relaxing. It's been so nice. I think I got a little burnt today on my shoulders. You can't really see it yet, but I can feel it on my shoulders. And we're actually in a different place than we usually are, because like when we fly out of here usually, I wonder, did we fly Delta back last time maybe? No, we flew American Airlines, but it's like, there's like a Pizza Hut, and that's like it, like right here. But there's like all these like really nice restaurants. I mean, not really nice, but like, you know, nice restaurants when you're coming through here. There's something about the airport. I was telling Alex, like, I like to look and see where everybody's going. And I was joking when we were walking here because we're going back to snow. I'm kind of excited to go back to snow though. I'm kind of like, okay, we're going back. It's kind of like the movie Home for the Holidays or something. It's kind of like we're going back and getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know? Like, I'm kind of excited about it. And so anyway, when we were walking through here, I was like looking at each place, and like somebody was like, one gate was like leaving for Aruba, and I was like, Aruba? That's so unfair. And then some place was leaving for like Nassau, the Bahamas, and I was like, I want to go to Atlantis, fly first class, put me on there now, I'm ready to go. He goes, why Atlantis? Because I've always dreamed, I've always wanted to stay at Atlantis in the Bahamas. But it's like really expensive, I heard. If you've stayed at the Atlantis, will you let me know and tell me what your experience was and if you think it's worth it and how many days you need to be there, because that's what I would like to know, so that I could go there and maybe we could just do like a 3-day weekend there or something like that. We could definitely afford that. I mean, more than 7 days, because I can't afford that. My face is looking like it got a little bit burned now.
Okay, if you stand by, folks, I'm going to be transferring you to the next LaGuardia flight. We got 3 more flights to LaGuardia, and there's 2 more flights to Kennedy. The first flights to LaGuardia leaving at 7-ish and 8-ish, and Kennedy leaves. There's 2 flights that leaves at 9-ish flight. If I call your last name, please say, come on forward, say so.
Hold on.
Otherwise,
okay, I'm just gonna walk back because it's so loud over there. They're like, whatever. I feel bad for these people. They're literally like canceling every, like they're trying to get all of these people into New York before the morning or something, apparently. I heard them talking about. They're trying to like canceling, they're trying to like cancel the flights for the morning into New York, so. I missed, where are we at? Oh, here we are over here.
Flight 62 service to Paris. All passengers should be at gate D27.
My husband's standing up right now. It's so loud in here. Look at, you want to see our little setup over here? I'll show you. Oh, there's the husband.
Like it's looking like you
Who are you talking to? Oh, Sarah's in my vlog. Hey, Sarah.
Oh, great.
Okay, so anyway, my phone is now at 35%, so I'm gonna go over here and, oh, the little chairs I was looking for earlier are gone, or the people that were sitting over there are gone. The little chairs, I said. Well, there's like 2 chairs over here that I wanted to sit on because you'll see why in just a second. But there's like, see, I can put that there and then I can, yeah, that doesn't really work. Okay. I can put that, oh, that's perfect. Oh my Lord, that's perfect. So anyway, when I was in high school, we used to, I had like 4 friends of mine that we were like super tight, and we would like come to the airport and then we would like walk around and we would like eat at the restaurant in the airport, and we would do like all kinds of stuff. It's like so hard, like, anyway, we would like vlog at the this is it, I can't do it, I can't do it. When I was in high school, we would come to the airport and we would walk around and we would like look at where everybody was like leaving to and where everybody was going, and I loved it. This is like the worst vlog in the entire world because it is so loud overhead. This is why when people are like, why don't you vlog out in public? Why don't you vlog here? Why don't you vlog there? I'm like, there's always music, there's always talk over. Wherever I go, it's like the loudest place. Do you hear this? What is that? Fix that. Anyway, see, we used to walk around the airport and we would be like, oh, this is where we want to go, and we would like pick the different places like by, you know, gates. This was, I was just telling Alex this, and he was like, oh, that was before you had to have like a boarding pass to get back through there. And I was like, yeah, you didn't have to have a boarding pass to get through anywhere. You could just, you know, like go back, and we would like walk around and we would eat at the airport. We would watch the planes take off and stuff. That was like what we did on like a Friday or a Saturday night, my friends and I. That's how excited we were. Followed up by a couple bottles of Boone's Farm or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that was, there's something magical about the airport. There's something kind of cool about it. I don't know, it's like, when we were walking through here today, you could see like people have like their winter coats on and stuff, which I should have because Should we go explore and see what that sound is? I'm gonna see what this is down here that's making that noise. What is that? What? Oh, don't get hurt. Okay. Something is rubbing on it, apparently.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final call for flight 62, service 2, Paris. All passengers should be at gate.
There's nowhere where I can vlog in privacy over here.
Will be removed. Once again, flight 62, service to Paris, last call.
Oh, Paris. I wish I was going to Paris right now. Can you even imagine? Something's stuck in there, she said. Well, turn it off. Just turn it off. What's in there? So I guess this isn't going to be the world's best vlog from over here since it's so loud everywhere in this entire place. Anyway. He was talking to Sarah, but now he's done talking to Sarah. All these people go into different places. Do you think heaven's like this? Like when you get to heaven, it's like people going to all these different, you know, parts of heaven. I wonder. Did you ever see the movie Defending Your Life? I always think about that with that. I love that movie, Defending Your Life. It's like one of my favorite movies. How's she doing? She said it's white outside, like snow. Oh, it's bad. Oh my, there's like snow on the ground. You're such a smart ass. He's like, no, they painted it. Those chargers work fast. My phone, when I plugged it in, it was at 7%, and that was when I like walked away. So I've been vlogging for like what, like 20 minutes, and it's now at 35. It was like 35% when I just looked. That's pretty fast. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get off here now because I'm sure you guys are going crazy. You're like, we missed the car vlogs, we missed the car vlogs. So I will vlog from the car for the rest of this vlog tonight, and we'll do a little chat and talk about things. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you then. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm back in Indianapolis, and it's snowy outside. It's very, very snowy outside, and I was just checking in with Tanya, and she was telling me the doggies are good and they're all cozy and warm for the evening, and I can't wait to go see them tomorrow. And so we got home at about, let's see, we got home at about 11, we got in at about 11, and then we got back to our house. Well, it took us like 15 minutes. Like we were sitting literally outside the gate, and then they had to like, you know, pull in or whatever, that, I don't know, whatever it is that they do. But that was like another 15 minutes or so. So we got out of there about 11:30, and then we got home at like 12. And then Alex went upstairs, and he went like right to bed because he has a chiropractor appointment at 6 in the morning. And then he has to work all day tomorrow. And then I have a bunch of stuff that I have to do tomorrow, plus pick up the dogs, plus go to my meeting tomorrow night, which I'm not sure I'm gonna go to. I've got to talk to Tanya and see if she's gonna go. We didn't talk about that tonight. She didn't know if she was or not, so we have to talk about that tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I have my friend's viewing. And then on Thursday is the funeral. And actually, one of her best friends, reached out to me today and just left me one of the most endearing, sweetest message. She's so sweet. I love her. And she said she watched my vlog, and she was like, she really was such a cool lady, wasn't she? And I was like, yeah, she really was cool. And surreal knowing that somebody that you knew on any kind of level is no longer in the world, you know? It's a weird feeling. And she wasn't somebody that I talked to all the time. It wasn't anything like that, you know, but like I used to say that with Alex. Like one of the things that was hard with my aunt was, and like, I mean, I consider this person a dear friend, but they like weren't like my aunt, you know what I mean? But I said, you know, like I I didn't see my aunt, like, every week. Like, it wasn't like we got together, like, every week or twice a week or anything like that. Like, we talked on the phone, but I might see her. I wanted to get a Coke at that McDonald's, and I forgot to. But I might see her. Is my wallet in here? Oh, my God. I would maybe see her, like, you know, holidays, and then maybe every 6 weeks for, like, a dinner or something, or, you know, every month for dinner or something. It just was really random. So, like, when she passed, at first, like, after the funeral and stuff, it didn't feel weird to me because, I mean, it did, like, that moment, like, when I went over there that day, it felt weird, but, like, I'm talking, like, the month afterwards, it didn't feel weird because, I mean, it did, but I just didn't see her all the time, you know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know. My friend posted this thing on Facebook the other day that I saw. I've been getting on Facebook a lot more lately, I don't know why. I never get off Facebook feeling very happy, so I don't know why I get on there, but anyway. My friend's dad passed away, like, almost 2 years ago, maybe? And I'm trying to think of when we went, what time of year it was. But anyway, I talked about it on here. It was since I've been doing the vlog. And, because he was a good friend of mine, too. She posted this thing on Facebook the other day, and she said, it was something about, like, the hardest time for friends and family after their loved one dies is after the funeral, so make sure that you keep in contact with them, or something like that. It was, like, some quote. I can't remember what it was. But I was like, that is so true, you know, like, I remember, like, you know, my mom passed. She was so sick for so long, so it was, like, this very, intense, like, situation, you know what I mean? Like, it was extremely intense, and, so, there were, like, I would say anywhere from, I'd say there was, like, 8 to 10 people that, like, were very involved in the intensity of it, if that makes sense. Like, my, you know, my aunt, my cousin, my uncle, Tanya was a really big part of it. My friend Liz was a big part of it. We had another friend of ours that was in recovery at the time, but she's not anymore. That was like, she would go over to my mom and read every day, like from the big book, and do crosswords with her and watch movies with her, because she stayed up super late. And so she would just stay over there with my mom. And, you know, we had people coming in 3 times a day. This was before my mom was in the hospital in a coma. And my mom was actually in the hospital, I think it was 3 times total. Like, first time they sent her home, second time they sent her home, the third time she was in there for good. The first 2 times they discharged her with dehydration. So then we had to have, like, basically somebody there 24 hours, like, taking care of her. And so we all did shifts. And they're like, so my aunt and uncle's really good friends, this couple that has been friends with for years, they were in it, you know? Then one of my mom's high school friends that had moved back here from New York, she lived in New York her whole life. She moved back here, so she was a big part of it. So there was all these people that were, like, very, very involved. My dad was super involved in it, you know? My stepmom was involved in it to some degree. There were all these people that were really involved in what was going on with my mom. And then my mom dies, you know, which is like, okay, so this intensity is now all over. You know, what do we do? Like, we've, like, all we've really lived for 6 months or whatever, 3 months, but it's literally every day, every waking thought, this is all we've done. And then all of a sudden it's just all over. And then you do the viewing, you plan it, and then there's the viewing and the funeral, which keeps you really, like, going, because it's like nonstop, buy a suit, buy this, take stuff to the funeral home, find pictures, find songs, call all these people, who's flying in, where are they staying, it's constant, right? And then it's the funeral, and it's kind of like with Christmas. It's like you wake up the day after Christmas, you know? It's like you wake up the day after the funeral, and, like, I can remember leaving my aunt's house that day, because I remember, like, my friends, like, 2 of my really good friends, both of which, like, well, one, like, lives downtown now, and I don't see her very often because she's in a real serious relationship. And then the other one, well, that was my friend Liz. She lives, you know, out west now, so I don't see her as often. But I remember both of them, like, they had been dealing with this for, like, they were literally, like, one on each side of me through the whole funeral planning process, and they were so tired that day. And they were like, it was like 6 or 7 in the evening. We were standing in the garage and, you know, talking to my aunt and her friend, and they came out there for a funeral cigarette. And so we were standing out there smoking with them. And my aunt was like, I only have 1 cigarette a year. And it's whenever I go to a funeral with my friends, and, you know, we sit around and we talk about all the good times. And so we were sitting out there with them. But anyway, my friends were like, do you care if we go? And I was like, no, go. And I said, I'm gonna go too. And I went inside, and my dad was like in the living room of my aunt's house, her old house, telling all of these funny stories about he and my mom, like when they, you know, were living together in Chicago and Grand Rapids and stuff. And they, like, all these people were in there. There was like 30 people in there, just, you know. My dad is very much a storyteller. And I remember standing in the kitchen where all the food and stuff was, or I was like in the dining room. They had this like huge buffet, and I remember I literally just got this huge Ziploc bag that my aunt gave me, and I like filled it to the brim with like little cubes of cheese and cookies and little sandwiches and all this crap, right? And I just put it in there. And I remember I went and I said goodbye to everybody, and they were like, oh my God, Peter, next week we're gonna take you out to lunch, and, you know, oh, okay, I'm gonna call you tomorrow to check in on you, and are you gonna be okay tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna be okay. Okay, next week let's get together. I'm serious, like, you know, like, we're gonna see you all the time now, you know, whatever. And I'm talking all the people that were involved in this too. We're like, we're gonna see each other all the time, we're gonna be together all the time, blah, 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 whatever. Like, I had so many people that told me that. Okay, next Friday, dinner. Okay, oh, well, let's do dinner next Thursday. Okay, how about we go out to lunch on Wednesday? So I go home, and I think this happens. I don't blame any of them. I think what happens is after the fact, we don't really know what to do with it, and the intensity's over. And I think that we don't really teach very well the language of grieving afterwards, you know? So I go home, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm sitting on the couch, right? And I'm going through, and the dog's at my feet, and, you know, and I'm sitting there on the couch, and I got this fountain pop that I went and got, and all this cheese, and I'm like trying to find the perfect movie, and I turn on the TV, and Annie Hall comes on. And Annie Hall is literally like one of my mom's all-time favorite movies. She loved Diane Keaton and Annie Hall. And so I was like, what was I gonna say? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, is this a sign from God or what? Mom, are you speaking to me? And so, like, I was like, I can't do Annie Hall tonight, right? And so I switched the channel, and it was starting the Lifetime movie of the Judds, Love Can Build a Bridge. And I sat there for 2 hours and sobbed my eyes out watching the life story of whatever her name, Naomi and Winona Judd, who I love anyway. I love that grandpa. Tell me about the good old days. I love that song so much. Okay, you guys, I cannot believe this, but the battery died, and I now have, like, I don't know, it's like flashing. So I'll have to tell my Love Can Build a Bridge story some other time. But the moral of the story is, I didn't hear from anybody, okay? But the other part of that is, I should have reached out to them too. And, you know, you should always reach out to other people and, you know, ask for help, ask for love, ask for support, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys for support always. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get off here now because I think I probably have like 10 seconds left. And I am going to drive and listen to my audiobook. I hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Enjoy your day. Make the most of it. Do something fun today. Do something exciting. And yeah, that's that. And if nobody else has told you, you're exchanging a day of your life for it. Life is not dress rehearsal. Seriously, it's not. And talking about this, we should know that, right? And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at somebody each and every single day and you say how much. Make sure that you look at someone each and every single day. I'm losing it. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror each and every single day and you let yourself know your worth and your value. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are important. And most importantly, make sure that you let somebody else know. And I just want you guys to know how much it means to me that you watch my videos every single day and support me. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.